Hello everyone, Clint here. Today I want to talk about the Galaxy Z Fold 3 and specifically note-taking. With the Galaxy Fold 3 compared to the 2, one of the great things about it is it does come with the ability to use a S Pen, which then opens up a whole new genre for note-taking. So today I want to talk about specifically the one that comes with the phone, which is called Samsung Notes. I've done a couple. This is part of a series of apps to use note-taking on, and today we're going to talk about Samsung Notes. Samsung Notes is a great, powerful note-taking app, and you'll see it probably has a lot of the features that you're going to need. So let's take a look. Okay, first thing we want to do is open up our Samsung Notes, and let's grab the pen. Don't need to know about my e-bike dreams. Here we go. So Samsung Notes, when you first open it, it's going to look like this. You're going to have a little sidebar here. This is one nice thing about the Z Fold 3. This is new for the Z Fold 3, this nice little sidebar here. And then here you're going to have a couple different things called, you can import a PDF, you can do a search there, and then of course you have your more options, which we'll get through. Here is your navigation, and if you hit the hamburger menu there, it basically just opens up those small icons, so you can just leave it like that. So once you get them figured out, you'll know which ones they are. And this is how you navigate through, and this is how it is organized, I guess. So first one is going to be all notes, so all your notes will show up there. The next one is favorites, so you can pin a favorite. If you notice, there's a little star right there, so you can make a favorite, so you can go right to it. Also, you have a lock note, so you can lock a note to where it needs a passcode to get it in, and those will be all the lock ones. And then you have here frequently used, so ones that you're in and out. Samsung will just automatically put them in the frequently used. Then there's also shared notebooks, so if you have anything shared, I don't share anything, so there's nothing in there. And then you have a hashtag mark here, so that's tags, so you can tag notes also, and then they'll be listed by tag. And then you have trash, so if you put something in the trash, it'll stay in the trash, and as you can see here, it says items show the days left until they're deleted forever, so it'll actually tell you when that note is going to be deleted forever. And then down here you have folders. So once you hit the folders, it gives you, I only have 2 folders created here. One is test and one is screen off memos, and then it'll list all the other notes that are not in folders. So if you wanted to organize them in folders, then you would open it up and you got a folder, and it gives you the little navigation caret right there, so you know where you're at, so you can just go back to main. And you can go make a folder inside of a folder, create a new folder here. So that's the way you navigate the system, so you can find your notes. The main settings of the app will be found underneath the hamburger menu, and then you have the gear icon there. If you click that, you're left with a ton of settings that Samsung loves settings. So here in the settings here, you got a couple different things for syncing. Of course, one of the better things with some of these note-taking apps is being able to sync and get them somewhere else besides your device. This one allows you to sync with Samsung Cloud, and this one also allows you to sync with Microsoft OneNote, which is new comparatively to what it has been, I guess. So that's pretty good. Let's see, the OneNote sync works well, and the sync with Samsung Cloud, for somebody that uses multiple Samsung products, you definitely want to use that. Screen off memos, look when saved. I don't use screen off memos on the Fold 3 because you can't use the S Pen on the front, so it doesn't work all that great for you. Under the general settings here, you have manage folders, so you can actually edit and add and create new folders directly from the settings. So if you wanted to create a bunch, you can do that here. Page style and templates, and so here's some more, basically the same kind of settings that I showed you up in that corner there, where it gives you the layout you want. You can do a normal layout or a long layout, which is kind of like how that is. Let's show you that. So it's that tall, skinny one, or normal layout. Normal layout's more like your standard note-taking. Of course, you have your scroll direction, which is also in the app. You have the different templates, the default, and so you can select your default template. So anytime you do a new page, it will pick that whatever one you have picked here, and then color. It's also going to select the default color that you want if you want to have it a different color. We showed earlier how you can change it per note. Note unlock methods, you have fingerprints, and then you can change your password here to the notes if you want to. You can import notes. If you want to import notes from your Google Drive or a Samsung account or the phone itself for any kind of S notes. Then you have memos and then scrapbooks. This is all kind of legacy Samsung type stuff. Show links in notes, that allows you to show a link in a note, which is handy. Show web previews. You can preview websites added from other apps if you want to. You can turn that on. Action icons. This allows the call numbers, send emails, solve equations, and go to websites straight from icons that appear with your handwritten notes. That's pretty cool. And then you have hide scroll bar when editing. I don't have that turned on here. Then you can hide the navigation bar. So if you can keep the navigation bar hidden in handwriting mode, I do have that on there. And then handwriting language, so you can pick your language, and of course there is a ton of languages you can pick. Then you can customize your toolbar. So this is pretty cool. So if you use let's say the shape tool more often, you can just grab that and move it around to wherever you want to. That way it shows up and you don't have to scroll for it. That works out really good. And then if there's a tool you don't use that you don't want to use, like straighten, you can just drag that out and now that's right completely out. And if you need to add it back in, you can come back here and add it in. That is super cool. And then of course you got the about and contact us. Nothing too special there, but definitely try out the sync with Samsung Cloud and the sync with Microsoft OneNote. To create a new note, you got this big giant button right down here, and so you just click that right there, and as you can tell, you have a lot of options. I can tell you Samsung Note has really got very robust note-taking over the years. It used to be a pretty simple note-taking app that they kind of put in there when the Galaxy Note came out, so you'd have something to write on. And so now it's really I guess progressed. But let's go ahead and take a look at what we got here on the top here. So this is reading mode. Once you put it in that, you can see it gets rid of all the toolbars on there. Here is page sorter. So this is going to be your pages when you got your pages up. And here, if you wanted to add an attachment, and you can add an image, you can add a scan, so it will scan for you. Camera, if you want to take a picture, and a PDF. Then you can also add a voice recording, an audio file, a drawing, and then a text box. So lots of different ways to do it. It works out really good. And then if you hit the more here, you can have page template. So you have all these page template by default. Which is great. So you got all the different lines that you want. You got some graph paper, some dot paper. You have like a task list looking thing that you can use, college rule paper, just a bunch of different stuff here. And then you can download. So if you hit the plus button there, if you've got one saved, you can download it. And then you got PDF. So here's PDF ones. You have, like a calendar event here. You can tell. Lots of different ones, lots of different templates, which is awesome. Templates are great. I love it on note-taking apps. I think they work really good. Let's go to undo there. So that's the undo button. Let's go back here. You got page settings. Page settings really is, you got the scroll direction, which is either straight, just continuously scroll, or you have that doesn't scroll that way, but it scrolls this way. Let me just put something on here. That way we can see when the pages move easier. So yeah, you got that scroll distance there, and then you have this, which is a side-by-side, which will actually will Well, there's only 3 pages here, so if there's another page, let's add another page. It does them 2 at a time, which is pretty cool. I mean, yeah, I really like that methodology. If you're using a planner or something, and you wanted, you know, like you had a month view or a week view and a day view or something like that, or that would work out pretty good. Most of the time, I am just on the constant scroll. Get that up to lock it in there so you see it. Page settings, then you got background color. So right now it's 0, nothing. You can gray, you know, peach, whatever, pink if you're into that kind of stuff. And then there's a bunch of colors there that you can use for the backgrounds. And let's just go back to that. So that is that, and then full screen. So if you go full screen, what it does is it removes all that and just still leaves you your bar here, and then you just hit the X to get out of that. The next one is tags. So if you want to tag this particular note, you can tag it. Let's call it test for right now, and then hit enter. Now we have a test, and then you have a Samsung Notes here, and undo that one, and then we're going to just hit save. So that's how you tag a note. And then you have save as. So save as a file. So you can save it as a Samsung Notes file, which is what you have here, a PDF file, and of course a Microsoft Word file, a Microsoft PowerPoint file, an image file like a JPEG, and then just a regular TXT text file. So lots of different ways to get your notes out of Samsung Notes if you need to. Okay, let's go back here. And now down here, you notice you have just a couple little icons, and this is how you favorite that page I was telling you about. So let's call this something here. Just call it video. And so that's the title. You put your title right up there. And let's go ahead and star this. And now when we come back here, we go back to the star, there's the video right there. So voila, we're good to go here. Let's got to zoom out to 100%. And here we go. So you can start there. This is also where you can lock it. And if you lock, it's going to lock it. And then when you put it in, it's going to ask for your fingerprint or your password, whichever one you want to use. And then you're back in business. And then of course you have your share option. And it's going to first ask you, how do you want to share it? So let's just select PDF file, and then it's going to open up your normal share menu here. So nothing too special there. And then trash. So you want to trash, it'll ask you move it to trash or cancel. So here we go. So now we have the up and down scroll going on, and now we want to edit this. So right now it's not in edit mode, have you noticed, because there's no toolbar, right? As soon as you hit it with your, let's get out of here, hold on a second. As soon as you hit it with your finger, it gives you into typing mode. As you can see here, we're in typing mode right there. And then we can pull up the keyboard, and then we can type, of course, no problem. No problem, you can type there, and you have all your typing, I guess your text fields here, where you got font size, your font background. So if you wanted to, let's see if we select this guy here. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, we're going to select, struggling here. And then you can change your font size. You can change your font background if you want to. And then of course your font color. You can do strikeout, underline, italics, bold. So basically your pretty standard stuff here. You can also then you can put in a checkbox there, or you can put in a numbered list. So if you got a number list, you can do that, and then it just keeps going down. And then you can of course do dot points there. Pretty standard stuff, but it is still good to see this in this particular Note app, because again, this comes with your Galaxy. So, and it comes with every Galaxy. I think you can even download it on the Play Store if you don't have a Galaxy. And so if you have you know, a checkbox there, you can just come back through and you can check it off, and it strikes it out at the same time. Really cool. Grays it out, strikes it out. You can use it for you know, some project planning or whatever you want to do there. It's pretty good. Now, if you wanted to go to pen mode, all you do is just come over here and you select the pen mode that you want to use, and now you have all of these different things up for you. And so you can tell you're in pen mode because you're going to get the little squiggly there, and it's going to let you know you're in pen mode. And in pen mode here you have you also have highlighter mode. Let's do that real quick. And it does have the highlighter mode that I prefer, which it puts the highlighter behind the text, so you have nice sharp text instead of kind of like a blurred out text when you do the highlighter, so that works really good. Then you have here eraser mode, and you have two different kinds of erasers. So you have stroke eraser and then area eraser. So stroke eraser will just remove the ones, it will remove each stroke. And then area eraser is literally just the tiny little, whatever that part touches is what's going to erase. So it's super nice that it gives you both of those options there. So that's great. I really like that. And then I usually use stroke eraser because I just want to erase usually. Then of course you have your selection tool, which you can just circle, select stuff. You can move it, you can make it bigger, make it smaller. Of course you have the cut, copy, paste, your delete, change the style, convert to text. So you can hit that and it's going to convert it to text, or you can just copy it or leave it handwritten. Really good, really good, really good. And then let's see, we hit that there. You can straighten, oh geez, come on. You can straighten it, you can move forward, move it backwards, or put it on your clipboard. So that works pretty cool too if you're gonna put it on your clipboard. And then it's gonna put it in your main clipboard down here. So change the style, you actually can change the color. So if you wanted a different color, you meant to put that in a different color, you can change the text color. And then just move it around. Works really good. That works as good as any other note-taking app out there. Then you have colors here. So you have your colors. These are your I guess your quick colors. And so if you just hit them twice, then you can pick whatever color you want there. So let's go over here and let's say I wanted this one to be blue and blue, blue. Done. So now we have blue, and then same thing, you know, you can choose each one of those as quick colors, and if you just do need another color, you can just click it real quick. And then this is where your line thickness is, so you can adjust a super thin line or a thicker line or kind of in the middle, which is kind of what I like to use. Okay, so then here you have your back undo button, which would undo just what I just did, and then you have your redo button, which would redo it if you need to. And then you have this button here, which gives you a language that you want, I guess your type to text or your write to text in. And the next one in here is convert to text. So you can pick whatever you want to convert. And as you can tell here, it gives you a preview of what it thinks it is. Almost didn't quite get the WI. I got the test done, and then you can just convert that, and it's going to convert it to regular text, and then you're going to use it like just regular old test. Okay. So the next one is to change the style. So hey, you got this over here. If you click that, then you're going to be like, you know what, I actually want maybe like let's go with red here, or the orange. And then we're going to change the style. And so I'm going to pick that. That's going to be now orange. That's going to be orange. That's going to be orange. And that's going to be orange. And then you can change it by stroke, which is pretty neat. So if you want to go here, we can go red. Let's make it a little bit bigger. And then bam, see, now it not only did it change the color, but it flattened or made that line thicker. So that's pretty cool. Okay, this button here is what they call the easy writing pad, and I call that the zoom mode. So if you really wanted to write something small, you really need to get in there, you can do that with this. So you can write, and you can see it gets I think your handwriting gets a little bit better, but it can get it down a lot smaller. And if you continue to go, it will actually automatically move forward for you, and you can just keep right on writing here if you wanted to do that. And as you can tell, this is actually the line. So this right here is that line. So you can get right into your lines if you need to. And then you can hit enter and you can just start back over on your next page. And if you don't like the way that's at, you can just kind of move it around, and because you want it easier. Easy peasy. So that's pretty cool if you want to do that. So if you had, let's get out of there. So if you wanted to, you know, if you had a bunch of stuff in here and you wanted to like get something really small right in there, you would just grab that, put it right next to that you want it to be, and then you can get nice and small in there if you wanted to. Anyways, could be useful. Okay, now there's I don't know if you can see that on camera or not, but there's like a little caret there, and we're going to drag that over, and now we got a couple different options here, and this one is neat shapes, and that's just going to give you try to make your like shapes better. So it's a pretty common function, and it's good to see it here too. So if you're drawing like you know, triangles or like a like a rectangle, it'll automatically just convert it to something good and much better than you know, you're trying to draw it, and it'll do that. So just unclick that when you're done with it, and then you're back to your normal ugly stuff here. And then this one here is zoom lock. This one right here is what's going to happen is going to just lock it into exactly what this position is. And so then if you wanted to scroll, you just got to use 2 fingers. And what that does is that keeps you from accidentally, it's pretty handy, it keeps you from accidentally like zooming in and zooming out and getting your page all messed up. Because if you're scrolling sometimes, you know, if you zoom out to try to get it back, you know, it just locks it into this place. So now we can move it around all we want. Nice thing about it is it usually zooms out to 75%, and then when you zoom in the first time, if you just do it really quickly, it'll just go straight to 100%. And then once you're at 100%, if you want to zoom in more, then you can zoom in more. But if you zoom out real quick again, it locks at 100%. So Samsung Notes does that really well. I really like the way it does that. And then gives you the zoom lock if you really need to lock it into place. So that is this entire toolbar here. Of course, you know, keyboard there. That's the entire toolbar, and that's the entire bottom toolbar, and that's all the settings. As you can tell, it's a very robust note-taking system. Nice part is if you have a Galaxy, it integrates really well into the Galaxy. You can use it in your S Pen, shoot, what's one word I'm looking for? Your S Pen menu here. So, you know, here you got OneNote, Note Shelf. This is the 2 other ones that I've done if you wanted to check those out. But this one you can do view all notes or create notes. So you can have it right in there. Just create you a new note and get going on your new note. It works really well. Highly recommend it if you're looking for a note-taking app and you just need one that's built in. Yeah, they've really improved it. It works really good. I highly recommend it. But thanks for staying to the end. Let me know if you have any questions, or if there's another note-taking app you want me to take a look at. I'll be happy to take a look at them. And yeah, see you on the next one.